it's gon' happen. I know it's gon' happen. I know it's gon' happen. It's been a long time waiting, but that don't matter. It's gon' happen. It's gon' happen. It's gon' happen. It's been a long time coming. Or whatever. It's gon' happen. It's gon' happen. You ain't waiting for nothing. Got us up to something. It's gon' happen. You ain't waiting for nothing. Got us up to something. It's gon' happen. It's gon' happen like he said it would. Michael Jackson got my guessing shoes. Give me room while I'm moonwalking. Elevate like Mike Jordan. I'm just trying to touch up early gaze. Told me that the just slip I fade. Funny how maybe I should wait. Turn it to a world worth the wait. Amen. Everything's okay. Keep up the pace. Don't you hesitate. Cause your one day might be today. You never let go, held on to your faith. Cause everything works for your good anyway. Now it's your time to celebrate. Faith feel like this when it activates. It got the power to take your dreams and turn them into reality. Now it's your time to celebrate. Faith feel like this when it activates. It got the power to take your dreams and turn them into reality. It's been a long time waiting, but that don't matter. It's gon' happen. It's been a long time coming. Or whatever. It's gon' happen. Yeah. It's gon' happen like you said it would. It's gon' happen, I would settle for it. We gon' work and I ain't settle for it. He gon' take me, we gon' say it free to way. Got my faith and can't replace it, free to cage. This is all you need to say to see him say. Be what you can, just keep the faith. Talk to that man so you see his face. Yeah. You ever feel worthless? Just call me, I know that you worth that. I'm passing the back of them hearses. Pray to God that he leave in my hurt flesh. I don't know what you heard when you heard it. I just touched, down, I didn't turn next. Just carry your dream to the earth. It's been a long time waiting, but that don't matter. It's gon' happen. It's been a long time coming. Or whatever. It's gon' happen. You ain't waiting for nothing. Got us up to something. It's gon' happen. You ain't waiting for nothing. Got us up to something. It's gon' happen. It's gon' happen like he said it would. It's gon' happen cause he said it would. It's gon' happen like he said it would. It's gon' happen.
Let's get to the point.
Inspiring, informative, and entertaining. It's the Reverb Live Show with DJ Rain.
Reverb, and echo through my heart. Bring the beat back, man. Reverb, well, to me my flesh is so good, so Lord, please turn up your effect.
Hey, what's up, Reverb Live Show family? Can't wait to get to this episode. Got a lot of stuff cooking on the oven for you. Before we do anything, of course, we want to check in with you. We got a Reverb Live crew in the building. Professor Tracy, what's up?
What's good, DJ Rain? What's good, Reverb Live family? I just wanted to today just give a shout out to some friends, some brothers that came and helped me out. So I was making some updates at my place. And, for aesthetic purposes, I wanted to try to change some things around. Oh, you know what? I am proud of myself.
What'd you do?
I actually changed all of the plug sockets and all of the switches.
The electrical
plug sockets and the switches.
By yourself?
Yes, I did have one of my homegirls come and help me out, too.
That's even more astonishing. Another girl actually stepped in and helped you.
Yes. So, but I want to give a shout out to the fellas who came and helped me out to help put the doors up and do some painting and all of that stuff. And that is to one of my homeboys, Eddie. He comes out sometimes on a Reverb Live Show. Ed, the bus driver. And Ralph. We should call Ralph like Ralph the chef or something, because he's a cook or something like that. So, shout out to Eddie and Ralph who came out and just kind of helped me do the other stuff that the girls could do, but we'd rather have the men rise up into their positions and do the manly things. Yes.
Nah, but real talk, if a girl know how to change an outlet, man, that's attractive. I don't know. One of the attractive things about my wife is that she had her own drill set. I was like, wait,
That's what I'm talking about.
you got the whole set? Like, yeah, it's right here. If I need it, I just
That's
the whole
right.
set. Okay,
That's how you do it.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed. But shout out to the bros, man. It's always good to have some good bros.
Yes.
On the home team. Also joining Reverb Live crew. It's been a minute. This man done got married. He's a pastor now. He's doing big things. Got his own company. The man is living the dream. He's on his own journey. My man Journey Matt is in the building. Mr. Matt, what up?
What's going on, y'all? You know, Tracy, I don't think that was shocking to know about you changing sockets and switches. It wasn't shocking at all.
Why not? It wasn't
I
shocking.
like that,
Pun
shocking.
intended.
Pun intended. You know, I know that you're a well-equipped woman, so it wasn't shocking.
Just a little, not shocking. Okay.
Just a little, but not
Not
really.
really shocking.
I mean,
Yeah.
did you YouTube anything, no, Tracy?
I did, of course. I YouTube, I YouTube how to change the sockets out.
And you changed them all out.
Yeah,
Why?
because for aesthetic purposes, they were all like creamy, dingy looking, and I want them all to look
Wait,
white.
You changed the plate.
And the plate. I changed the switch and the plate. So you have to shut off the power
Uh-huh.
and change the cords, the black cords to the bronze, the white cords to the silver side.
Like the
The
stuff that
screws.
you plug in.
Change the ground wire,
You took that part out.
all of it out.
Now
switched them
remember, Rain is an engineer,
Nice.
so he knows.
Nice.
back. Yes, I
I'm
switched them
impressed.
all out,
I'm
and
impressed.
and
Yeah,
that's
'cause
that.
they have color too. Yeah,
I wanted it all white and to match all of the trim.
I'm impressed.
Not that cocoa butter cream color.
No, it
Yeah,
didn't
the
match.
cream look kind of old.
I know.
Yeah.
It look like it's dirty. Like
Yeah.
after you haven't washed the shirt for a while, or you washed it too many
Yeah.
times, it turned cream instead of white. Yeah.
But Mr. Matt is glad to have you back to the show.
Welcome
Our
back,
little
Mr.
brother.
Matt.
Oh man.
In Christ.
Yes, yes.
What's been going on with you, man?
A lot has been going on in
When was the last time you been here?
maybe 2020, 2019. It's been a long time. But it's always amazing to be back in the Reverb studio with my big brother and big sisters. And these are like legit. This is, how people say, wait, big bro, let me borrow $20, big bro. Big bro, you know what I'm saying? Nah, these are legit. Like my big brother and big sisters have been here 10 plus years, you know what I'm saying? So
We better
it's
be, or you
us.
could get bust in the throat.
these are actual facts. These are actual facts. Some of these bussings have been delivered, but I've grown from those things. But I'm always excited being back here. As DJ Rain said, I'm married. I'm now a youth pastor. So many different things. Of
You
course,
married to who? Who's your wife?
I'm married to a wonderful, amazing woman by the name of Nikema, now St. Fleur. She's an amazing, just doctor, friend. She's
a
just
doctor?
yeah. all
And
of
she's
that.
a doctor?
Yeah,
Bro,
and
you married up, man.
I
You
married
up.
all the way up. So when Fat Joe said all the way up, I said yes.
All
I'm
the way
marrying
up.
all the way up. Yeah, I got to. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very appreciative of her because she understands the life that I have, and she's supportive of that with just the business endeavors and just this entrepreneurial side of life. So
Yeah,
it's everything can happen at a moment. Like I call her, hey, I gotta leave. Like tomorrow, I gotta go.
I gotta fly out somewhere.
I gotta
right?
fly out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
I'm
about
going,
to get flued out.
not by another woman, not by another woman, but some business. Like I gotta go to South by Southwest tomorrow. So literally,
Oh man, it's dope, man.
yeah, literally 5 a.m. My flight leaves, and I could have went earlier, but I said, nah, I got to be here for Reverb.
You gotta be here for
I
Reverb.
have to. I gotta be here for Big
My
Bro and
elbow
Big Sis.
said you gotta be here for
And I
Reverb.
do not want to taste that. No, I don't.
That's dope. It's dope that the fact that she's down with the journey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Love
saying?
it.
In more ways than one.
Absolutely.
She has
Now
to see
that's
that
not
there's a journey.
shocking.
Yeah.
That isn't shocking.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I said, hey, I need you in my life. I want you in my life.
There you go. There you go.
And she is now in my life
Forever.
forever.
I love it.
Yeah.
Glad to have him into the show. Shout out to my man King D3. Shouts out to Just Deidre?
Just Deidre.
Just Deidre.
Oh.
And our homegirl, Miss Monique.
Miss Monique and our good brother in Christ, cousin, nephew, uncle,
Yes.
Carrie the Dreamer.
Carrie the Dreamer.
Mind you, I was hanging out this weekend and I was like, yo, I'm selling something. I put in the group chat, I'm selling something. Carrie's like, yo, I'll cop it from you. Meet me at the park. I said, all right, I'll meet you at the park. So I'm going to this park. This park is located next to the hood, mind you. Not going to say the park
down.
Oh, wow.
name. But, you know, I've gone out there several times. I'm not afraid to go out there. There's
Absolutely.
nothing bad. Nobody's got shot and killed. But it is located next to the hood.
Okay.
And I bring my kids out there because the park is a nice park. They have all the facilities that I need. They got a little kid goal so they can play their little kid basketball. They got a little kid swing set so they can do their little kid swinging.
And they can see some culture.
And culture is what they saw this weekend. I saw culture this weekend. This was a scene out of a movie. People was like, yo, this does not happen. But I saw it with my 2 eyes. My kids were playing basketball at the little kid park. They have like four little kid goals. They were playing at one of them. And it was like 10 or 12 kids playing, local kids, local urban kids playing at the other basketball goal. And it was like, hey, you think Mike can beat Dimitri in a slap box? I said, no, he can't. All right, let's slap box. 20 seconds, go. Ooh. I'm thinking they would play in slap box. This is a real slap box fight. And these kids are between the ages of 7 and 12.
Yikes.
Slap boxing?
Slap box. And they weren't slap boxing arms or shoulders. They were doing straight headshots. And they was like, shoo. Oh, get him, Mike. You don't let him do like that, Mike. And everybody's just hyping him up. And it's like when they call your name, you have to go. You can't. That's part of the culture. It's part of the initiation. It's part
a rites of passage.
It's a rites. Exactly. It's a rites.
Yeah.
You cannot say no. And even when the kid that didn't want to do it because he got mixed up with the kid that was bigger than him, but he knew he had to slap box because his name was called. Ooh. My kids are watching this, and I'm like, should I be worried right now? Should I pull my kids? I mean, they're at a safe distance.
Come on, Neil, let's play slap box.
Daddy, look, they're fighting, Dad. I said, no, they playing. They're playing. And so I'm thinking, is it okay for them to see this type of behavior? And I was like, I mean, why not? Okay, as long as it doesn't get too carried away, doesn't get too crazy. And I'm watching this, and it's like, wow, this is really
that's like a movie.
Really a thing. It is. I've never seen it happen before.
Not me.
You've never seen that happen before?
Not in front of you, like, hey, let's play the slap boxing game.
Me and our friends were like, stop playing.
Yeah.
But you just call people out of a group
like
of
that.
15 kids and just say, all right, you and you go. 20 seconds. Then one time they got tired of people kind of like running from each other. They got up on the swing set. On the play set. You know what? It's like a close area. Then they call your name there. So it's almost like a ring, and you can't get off the play set, the playground, until you slap each other.
Ooh,
yo, until you get in the ring, you cannot leave.
But
you can't
outside
leave.
of that, something happened, and then an adult came like, hey, y'all kids, y'all cut, and they all ran. And then they didn't come back. And I was like, well, good. Now my kids can go.
Well, but hold on, Ray.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Wait.
Ray, you could have been that adult that stopped it earlier.
So what happened was, then they took it to another. Then they started going into the bathroom, and then they started causing like a whole bunch of ruckus. It's almost like a bunch of them was slap boxing, and they were like, "Hey man, da." And you heard it. It was very loud, and then it attracted the attention of the whole park.
So, going back to what Professor Tracy was going to say, you could have been that adult. You were more entertained than anything.
I don't have that authority in my voice in that type of situation in that neighborhood to convince them kids to stop. I have no pull over there.
You know what?
Somebody that lives there that knows you can like, hey, y'all get,
That's fair.
They had to initiate the breakup.
Something similar like that happened to me in Philly. And it was very graphic. And I was like, you know what? This is not my neighborhood. I'm going to keep going.
It's not your place.
No, this is not my hood.
Look,
let me
now
keep
I've
going.
seen people get slapped in the head like, let me get mine.
Fresh cut.
Yeah, fresh cut, bop, soup bowl, whatever. But, man.
Yeah, but when that was done, my kids had the court all to themselves. Turns out that the people that were on the basketball court were some guys from church. You remember Brother Dez? Philip
so
Solomon
y'all was out there
there
trying to get it in?
They was out there playing basketball.
No,
They was
I
like,
mean-
Ren, you want to play?
Yeah, did you play?
I said, well, I got kids. And I'm waiting on Carrie to come through. He said, no, man, just play. So I played the game. That was cool. Then Carrie came out. Everybody was like, hey, Carrie, come on, Carrie.
He
wanna
like
play?
basketball too?
Carrie hoops.
Yeah.
So Carrie came out there. He hooped. We played the game. We ran everybody off the court. Just want to say that. Shout out to Carrie. And then after that, we did our little exchange, and then we went home. But it was cool hanging out with bros.
That's so
Christian
dope.
guys.
Yeah.
We were playing, usually you play music in the park. We played our Christian music in the park. Some of these guys that were out there were artists, and we were playing their song in the park. So to me, I thought that was super dope. There was a guy out there, his name was Eric. Shout outs to Eric, gospel bad boy. He was out there.
Nah.
Different. Little guy named Eric. But he had a playlist of over 512 songs.
Wow.
Christian hip hop songs, and they was all bangers.
For real?
And he just played them. I was like, yo, you guys should have played that shit.
Who was some of the people on there?
I don't remember. But people, hey, look, I had a great weekend. I hope you have a great time hanging out with us. We're gonna check out and come back. We're gonna check in with you to make sure that you're in tune with us, and then we'll come back with the Reverb for the day. Don't go anywhere. It's the Reverb Live Show with DJ Rain.
Reverb Live, your new online gospel show.
Praise your name, Lord. Had so much love, don't deserve it. Not worthy, Lord, but still love you. Yo, I don't know what it is, something that I'm dreaming, but all I know is Jesus, the reason why I live. Was feeling lost, forgotten, Satan plotting with that fire burning, but it ain't stopping my desire for a higher learning. Acquiring sermons, but applying I was not concerned with. Daily stressing, young and restless as the world is turning. But yo, I grew from it, now I move the crucifix. Learning life is useless if you don't include the truth in it. And so we bear that, Christ is more than just an airbag. To the hell crash, in flames, his name is well respected. We took love, stretched it, accomplished with the prophet sign and manifested. So we rest with God, and those times are hard. We on our job with hopes to run into his open arms. Been hoping since the day he ran me through them open bars. That was on my mind, the divine to do the same for yours. If you just take his hand, you feel the holes in them. Just take a walk with him, have a heart to heart with him. And then you'll see we need to break down to build up. Just like he did with his flesh when he carried the cross. They beat his flesh down to his last steps. Still we carry love down to his last breath. He carried the cross, not just for me, but to set free all the people lost in unbelief. You carried the cross, Lord, you loved me and I was lost in the dark. The holes in your hand match the holes in my heart. You could have turned around, let my life fall apart, but you looked on me to lift me up. Before my wake, Lord, my soul please take. All my sins been erased, all in light of your grace. Now I'm faced with a position, compromising righteous living. Will they believe you're risen if our lives are contradicting? Never that though, you loosen up the lasso. Was tied around our Judas next, and then you drew the steps that we should take out in faith. Sending up a praise for endurance in this race till we see your face. Just believe in his name, it's already won. It's like we at the starting line with our medals on. And I can go on and on how they did you harm through the wickedness and the spit from their vicious lips. But you had it all in control. They didn't take your life, Lord, you handed it off. Now I give my life as I stand at the cross. And when I take it up, that I land in your arms as I carry the cross. It can be a long journey and a lonely one. Then I remember that the Father gave his only son. For a sinner like me, look at what he's done. And I won't hold my tongue until he comes, I carry the cross. They beat his flesh down to his last steps. Still we carry love down to his last breath. He carried the cross, not just for me, but to set free all the people lost in unbelief. You carried the cross, Lord, you loved me and I was lost in the dark. The holes in your hand matched the holes in my heart. You could have turned around, let my life fall apart, but you looked on me to lift me up. What? Just full as love, full as warmth. I need you, Lord. Strengthen me in my walk, my day to day. Keep me strong. Yeah, praise your name, always. Yeah, Lord, you love me and I was lost in the dark. Holes in your hand, that's the hole in my heart.
They know not what they do.
You don't seem to understand something.
The best urban gospel show airing right now. It's the Reverb Live Show with DJ Rain.
They're not ready for this one.
Put your Bible in the air, Bible in the air, put your Bible in the air, Bible in the air, put your Bible in the air, Bible in the air, put your Bible in the air, Bible in the air, put your Bible in the air, put your Bible in the air, put your Bible in the air, so put your Bible in the air, okay, put your Bible in the air, Bible in the air, put your Bible in the air.
Yo, Reverb Live Show, Reverb Live Crew is in the building. DJ Rain.
Tracy the Professor.
And Mr. Mad.
Glad to be there with you, man. Hey, before we jump into it, let's do this Reverb word of the day. Professor Tracy, what you got?
We got Leviticus chapter 19, verse 9 through 10. It says, when you reap the harvest of your land, do not reap to the very edges of your field or gather the gleanings from your harvest. Do not go over your vineyard a second time or pick up the grapes that have fallen. Leave them for the poor and the foreigner. I am the Lord your God.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I wonder how does that relate to today? Because, you know, back in those days, it was more like an agricultural culture where you had to farm, you had to raise your own food, so I can understand how that works. How does that work today?
Well, I think today that would work by, you know, when you get paid. When you get paid, don't try to say, that's my all the way to the end of my dollar. Nice. You already satisfied. You already got all the food you need. Even with the gas prices high, you got enough gas for now and to pay for your gas next week. Yeah. You good. So have a little spare change for the brother man or for maybe offering in church. Yeah. Maybe for another situation that, you know, a homeless person or family member may need a little bit of help or assistance. And so don't, you know, try to kill it all. Yes, God has blessed you. You paid your tithe. He blessed your 90. He blessed your savings. He rebuked the devourer for your sake. But not only for your sake, but for also those who you have influence and you have, if that's in your reach as well.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. I like it. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Even if you don't have like a benevolency fund, keep some money there for the benevolent.
Yeah.
I like to keep mine in my center console.
Yeah.
There's a couple dollars there stashed. It's not for burgers. It's not for fries. It's not for snacks. It's not for treats. It's put aside for somebody that's, you know, the guys with the sign. Those are the homeless. Those are less fortunate.
Specifically, sometimes I can be in the car and be like, man, I need a couple dollars. Nope, that's the other people money. I can't use that. I gotta figure out when I'm gonna do it. You know, planning around that.
Yeah, you're right.
Or if you have gift cards, give out gift cards, you know.
I never thought about just having a whole gift card. That is
true.
True.
Because then you can not necessarily control, but more so skew to how you give. So, for example, it was conveniently someone across the street from Waffle House, and I had a Waffle House gift card, and he said he's hungry. So I said, look, here is a $25 Waffle House gift card.
That's right. That's good.
Go ahead and take it across the street and get you something to eat. You know, so
because I know some people are like, I don't want to give him money because he's gonna use it to go buy alcohol and drugs and cigarettes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if you, and then you know what some people actually do as well too. They say, "Are you hungry? Well, come in the store with me, so I can see what you're getting, and I'll get it for you." And then, boom! Now I know that I've taken care of you.
So they can make sure that their money is going towards something else.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's the same thing when it comes down to tithe and offering. Some people are like, well, I don't want to give to that church, that pastor, this and that. Listen, that's not your business no more. You gave out of the goodness of your heart. You allow God to bless you from your heart, and then you allow God to judge or deal with the other person based on what they do with the funds afterwards.
Yeah. Speaking of tithe and offering, I can't wait to give you my tithing story. It's been a year and a half in the making.
Okay.
And when I mean ups and downs, it is ridiculous. I'm still writing it out now, but man, when it comes to fruition, I'll let you know. Just stay tuned out there. Yo, bottom of the hour, we're talking about what was this co-parenting?
Co-parenting.
We don't want for this to happen. That means families were split apart or not joined together. And there's kids involved. But we got to do it. It's happening in the world. It's happening in the body of Christ. We got to figure out ways to do better at this thing. We'll come back with talking about that topic and the Reverb Top 10 ways that you can be a better co-parent. And at the end of it, we got some Yo Mama jokes. So go ahead anywhere. It's the Reverb Live Show with DJ Rain.
Have you liked us yet? Connect with the Reverb Live Show today. Like us on Facebook and follow at Reverb Live Show on Twitter and Instagram.
It's the Reverb Live Show with DJ Rain.
Hey, what's up? This is Miss Pascat. You're listening to Reverb Live, the new urban gospel talk show, giving you the latest news, live interviews, and the hottest gospel music.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Okay, so 5 tacos of cheese and a large soda, that's $10,012. Please drive around.
Wait, 10,000 what?
It's obvious you're buzzed and driving.
I've only had a few. I'm fine.
Yeah, the food's $12, but getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Please drive around. Actually, just park and come in.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm in almost every school bus and classroom. I go to school with your children. We say the Pledge of Allegiance together. You see me around the neighborhood and you tell me that I'm a pretty good kid.
The Urban Gospel Show that gives you live interviews, the latest news, and topics that keep you tweeting. It's the Reverb Live Show with DJ Rain.
Reverb Live Show, Reverb Live Crew is in the building. DJ Rain.
Shocked, Tracy.
Journey Matt.
There you go, Journey Matt. Nice.
No.
I still rock the shirts too, bro.
Hey, I appreciate it. It. Actually, I have an exclusive shirt on right now. You know what I'm saying?
Fear is an illusion.
Fear is an illusion. If you look at the end, it says fear is illusion, period. But that period is actually the journey symbol, just to remind you that as you're on the journey, fear is an illusion. Don't stop. Keep going. All that good stuff, because you will make it to your destination as long as you trust the Father on your journey.
There you go. There you go. One time for the plug.
Hey.
Shout out to those that are checking into the live show. Chi-Town.Low-Dog. That's our good friend Lorenzo Coburn.
Yo.
Miss Monique the Voice.
Miss Monique.
Hey, y'all, she's saying, hey, Maddie Matt.
What it do?
I like that. Yo, we're talking about co-parenting, man. We hate for this to happen because that means families are torn apart. That means kids are involved. And people have to deal with the consequences of such.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a co-parenting situation?
Yeah, I was actually raised. My mom and dad were together when I was born, but maybe about 4 years later, they separated. And then my dad eventually ended up marrying someone else. My mom had her boyfriend or two, but she was very skeptical about who she brought around her child.
Yeah.
You know.
Matt, you involved in a co-parenting situation?
Yes. I'm blessed to have a stepfather, but my mother and father were never together. So at times I had to go to one or the other. More so in the latter part of my high school years I spent with my father.
Oh, really? With your dad?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your choice or your dad's choice? Or your mom's choice?
It's a whole story tied into it. I think it was everyone's choice.
Everyone's choice.
Mm-hmm.
Depends upon which season.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Or who's telling the story.
Uh-huh.
There you go. I was also involved in a co-parent. It seems like this is common amongst our culture nowadays, and I'm not even gonna say black culture, just people. Period.
Absolutely.
During these times, I was involved in a co-parenting. My parents never were together, but the stepdad that I had was stepped up. You know, he taught me everything I knew about manship.
Absolutely.
So I gotta give him more credit than what I used to give him credit for. Even though they're not together today, but they're still in our lives. Like he comes to the house for all the big celebrations. And my dad in Canada, he remarried. He got married, and I have a stepmom, but I don't call her stepmom. I call her mom. She treats me just like all the rest of the kids. She's a loving, God-fearing woman. Awesome.
Absolutely.
To even allow me to have a relationship with my dad way across the seas into another country, which was so dope. But we have to work out these co-parenting agreements and these arrangements. They can be difficult at times. They can be crazy, ridiculous, frightening, just bad cases.
Filled with drama.
All around. It could be a TV show. It could be a show called Co-Parenting.
Let's do it. Let's split it in half. Let's split the profits in half. Let's do it.
Not the marriage though, the profits.
The profits.
There you go. But you know, I guess Tracy, there's ways that people can do it good. If you're out there and you've been in a co-parenting situation, let us know. Let us know how you navigated that or how you lived through the navigation of that. Or if you're the co-parent, if you're the co or the parent, let us know how you're navigating through it. We want to give some, I guess, 10 ways on how to be a better co-parent. Tracy, is that what we're doing? You want to start off now or take a break and come back?
Let's take a break and come back.
Let's take a break and come back. We're going to gather our thoughts, get them out on paper. We're going to allow you some time to do the same thing. We're talking about being a co-parent. What are some of the top 10 ways you can be a better, or someone can be a better co-parent? It's the Reverb Live Show with DJ Rain.
Gospel Show that gives you live interviews, the latest news, and topics that keep you tweeting. It's the Reverb Live Show with DJ Rain.
Father, we need you. Father, we need you. Father, we need you. Father, we need you. I know you'll come through. I know you'll come through. Father, we need you. Father, we need you. Petition. Hear our petition. We need your attention. Hear our petition. Hear our petition. We need your attention. Hear our petition. Hear our petition. We need your attention. Hear our petition. Hear our petition. Oh Lord, here we go. Lord, please hear your people. Cause you got what we need, Lord, to fix this house Home Depot. So open up a window up in heaven. And Father, if you see so, pour aside a blessing. We rapping, God, we rapping. Forever we be stepping. How 1, 2, 3 in the army of the Lord forever. So Father, heal our nation. Judgment we are facing. Only you can change us. Give us a love that is contagious. We need your attention. Hear our petition. We need your attention. Hear our petition. Hear our petition. We need your attention. Hear our petition. Hear our petition. We need your attention. Hear our petition. Hear our petition. We need your attention. Hear our petition. Hear our petition. We need your attention. Hear our petition. Hear our petition. We need your attention. Hear our petition. We need your attention. Hear our petition. Hear our petition. We need your attention. Yeah. Oh God, we need you. Do what only you do. I know we got some issues, but Lord, we still your people. This world could be so evil. This is why we need you. People killing people. This is why we seek you. Only you are faithful. So Lord, we depending on you. We offer up our prayers, cause that's how we know to do. So I drop to my knees, cause I've been here before. Pray to my King and I lift my voice. Pray and I pray and I pray some more. Pray all day, cause I had no choice. Hear our petition, we need your attention. Hear our petition. Hear our petition, we need your
Can't get enough of the Reverb Live Show? Listen to our podcast, available on reverbliveshow.com and on iTunes.
Reverb Live Show. Reverb Live crew is in the building. DJ Rain.
Master Minister Tracy.
Not a daddy Matt.
You know, and we don't want to get down on anybody to make it feel like if you're in a co-parenting situation, you need help.
No.
But in every situation, I wish somebody would give me parenting skills. I wish someone would give me husbandry skills, father skills.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So don't take this as a gist, as a punch, as a low blow, or anything like that. Just take it as advice, words of wisdom, and passed on knowledge to you.
Well, and also there have been so many situations that have ended up in so much drama. Where I remember we were watching a video some months ago. A guy, he went to go pick up his son and ended up getting shot dead at the boyfriend's house.
Crazy. Yeah.
And he had the right to do that.
Yeah.
And so it's so much drama that can be involved with co-parenting. So many emotions that are involved.
Yeah.
It's just like
Come
you
on.
know, you got to think about the child. You got to put your own pride to the side for a moment.
Yeah, the beautiful thing about the relationship I have with my stepfather is that he challenged my father to say, hey, look, you need to raise your son. If you do not raise your son, I will. And obviously, he's here to this day. And my father has always championed my stepfather, saying, you know, thank you for being there for my son when I couldn't. And, you know, it's a beautiful thing that there was no tension, as far as from what I know, between, you know, my family in regards to me and how I was brought up. So it's super essential to communicate while co-parenting, because you got to remember, generations are at risk, and the decisions that you make right now concerning a child in the co-parenting phase can affect them 20 years down the road. Because even some of the decisions that were made when I was young, I'm still dealing with at my young age, you know.
Facts. Good stuff. Before we jump into our Reverb top 10 ways that people can become better co-parents, let's give a shout out to Sheena B. Encourage. She's checking into the show.
Hey, Sheena.
She's saying yikes, and she's also saying, yo, I'll be back in 2 weeks, y'all.
I was about to say.
She's literally going to be in the studio in 2 weeks. I promise you.
Okay.
Man, listen, Sheena be a little bit of everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Where you at now, Sheena?
Shout out to King J Stone checking in saying, oh, he's on our Twitch now.
So we got a Twitch account, people.
Right.
Oh,
so
we
I
on
know you guys, we are also on Twitch.
Oh.
And he's saying the Twitch graphics look clean.
Oh, okay, good.
Wait a minute.
Man, you didn't know we was on Twitch. It's been a lot changed since you
What? We on Twitch? Let me go follow Reverb on Twitch. Y'all doing some great things over here.
Yeah, man. If you're on Twitch, just go like us, subscribe, and share our page. Even that Twitch arena needs a little bit of Jesus, and we're gonna Jesus it up.
Absolutely.
Into someone they can digest.
Absolutely.
Very, very well.
Absolutely.
So let's do it, man. Tracy, we'll start off with you, man. Reverb top 10 tips on how to be better co-parents.
One thing you should do is create a plan. Create some type of plan, a parent plan. I know maybe some of people are going, back and forth with the courts, you know, who's going to get this weekend and that weekend. But once all of that stuff is settled and out of the way, make a plan. So if you know that you have to pick up your child at a certain day, at a certain time, don't let your whole life take over, you know, what you've got going on, so that you are not in place, and be considerate of the other parent who is coming to drop them off. Maybe there may be room for some leeway and some flexibility as time goes on and down the road, but make a plan. To have a successful parenting situation.
That's good. Mr. Matt, what you got?
So one thing that I'm reading is schedule parenting dates. I wish that was something that my parents did, because there's a lot of things that they didn't know about things that I did when I'm with whether my mom or with my father. And it's like, if they could be able to communicate on those things, they wouldn't be surprised when certain behaviors would come up. Even though I'm the one that's misbehaving.
Right, let's get together and talk about, see what Mr. Matt's doing.
There was no communication on that. So actually having a time where you can peaceably be in the same room and to discuss your common interest, which would have been me, that would help so much in my growth, because it's not about y'all. It's about me.
Yeah.
And I say me. I'm representative of the child,
Yeah,
in the
good
situation.
Point, good point. I would say number 3, the top 10 ways you can be a better co-parent is one, embrace the situation that's at hand. Some people just don't want to deal with the fact that, hey, this is not the person I'm with anymore. And they will do everything to mess up that whole relationship for everybody else. But if you just embrace it, like, hey, this is what it is. This may not be ideal. This may not be how I envisioned it or how I saw it or how my life ended up going. But embrace it. This is the reality of what it is now. This is the situation that it is now at hand. Don't try to mess it up for those that are to come afterwards. Just deal with it, embrace it, and just be prepared to start making plans to live that way for at least another 18 years, or maybe y'all might could get back. I don't know. But hey, embrace it.
Well, one thing that I would say is never, ever, 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 ever insult their parent, which is the opposite parent, your ex or whoever it is, in front of the child.
Yeah, that's good.
Stop having them in front of you and the child, and then you disrespect them in front of the child. And also, I would add, stop talking about that parent to the child. They are children. And the moment you start doing that, the moment you diminish their authority in that child's life. And so then the kid or the child starts to disrespect the parent, the other parent, whether it's the father or the mother. Stop it, because that's how they start to manipulate other parents as the other parent. Well, I know she don't like him like that, so I'm gonna go over here and ask him if I can have the money, because they not gonna even talk about that anyway, you know. So because I know how they feel about one another. Stop it.
Yeah. You always hear that your daddy wasn't never no good.
He's
anyway.
sorry.
You
sorry.
look sorry.
You look just like
You
your
look
daddy.
just like you. You're just ugly. You're just ugly.
You your daddy's son.
You your daddy's son.
Hey.
No, it's real. And you know, I just to speak on that a little bit, man. I working with kids, I hear a lot. And one of the things I heard recently, which almost broke my heart, is because of the damage that the father caused to the mother, the mother is telling the child, "Oh, don't listen to your daddy. You know, you're just so gullible. Just he say he love you, want to see you, and you think that's what's true." And the father legitimately wants to love and see the child.
He just don't want nothing to do with you.
Exactly. But because of this child is coming to me saying, "This is what my mother is saying," and I just, you know, it hurts me. But because that's their mother, they have to have some form of respect. But it's like, dang, allow the child to have a relationship, because like I said earlier, generational. This thought that you're planting in this child's head, they could be dealing with when they're 30.
Yeah.
And their parents too. I'm sorry, not even just the parent to stop talking about the other parent. Your family too. Y'all family members, aunties, cousins, everybody, stop talking about it. Everybody around the family, hush. Just hush already.
Why you let that deadbeat go around his kids? He don't even take care of you. You think he'll take care of the kids?
That's the last part I want
I'm
to say
sorry.
about that.
That probably has come up before in real family topics and considerations. Yeah. Shouts out to those that are checking into the live show. Someone's checking in saying, "Hey, I've seen enough co-parenting situations to know that I don't want to do that."
Yeah.
And and if that's a mindset that you have going into the whole relationship of it, going into the marriage of it, going into the dating aspect of it, great. So that way you can build up those barriers now, build
And
up
you can
those
plan to
safeguards,
be
and you can
successful.
plan to be successful and not get to that point.
Absolutely.
But if you do, these are some of the things that's going to help you. Somebody's checking in saying, set boundaries too, especially if you're in another relationship. That is, you might not be married to the other person. You may just have a relationship with this other person. And the two of you guys have to have these boundaries set for it to be successful, be successful co-parents. So while someone else is also checking in, they're saying, that's really good, Tracy. Good point that you just made out there. We're talking about 10 ways, we've heard top 10 ways that you can be a successful co-parent. I'm going to throw this out. You would think this is going to be the easy thing, is to be mindful of the kids. We know we want the adults to get along and we want them to act civil around the kids, but be mindful of the kids. Like you said, this could be a generational thing that could affect the kid. Anything you say or do could affect this child for years and years to come. So be mindful of the child.
Yeah. Also, keep in mind that everybody's going to parent different, so don't try to beat the other parent up. I mean, do your best as possible to get on the same page. okay, JoJo has football, TT has dance, all of that kind of stuff. Get on the same page.
That's true.
But just know that everybody parenting style is different. For example, I think I've never thought about ever, saying doing how your kids, how you do your boys, the subtraction.
Diminishing
return parenting. Yeah. Well, Rain does this thing where, how you do it, Rain? He say,
here's 4 fries. Daddy, 4 fries is all I get is 4 fries. Oh, okay, let me fix it. And I take away half. 2 fries, Daddy? Is that a problem? Yeah, Daddy.
Yes.
I take away that too, and he's left with 1, Daddy. and then the argument stops.
Yeah. But see, now I personally, I love to work with kids too, right? I would have never thought to do anything like that. So that's a prime example of, see, me, I like to threaten them. I will bust you in your throat if you say it one more time. You're going to eat every last one of them fries and don't you say it again. So you see, everything is a bit different, but don't expect the other person to do exactly what you do. It's not going to help it work that way. Yeah. Be okay with being flexible. Like, all right, gotta trust. That's their daddy. That's their mama. That they love them just like you love them, and trust that they are going to raise them well or discipline them well.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
So another thing you can do is give your kids some control in a situation. And when I say control,
what kind of control? Because tell us about this control, honey.
Listen. Okay. When I say control, I'm saying like, if they want to bring certain things over to their parents' house or the other parents' house, allow them to do that.
It depends now. If they daddy got them other kids and they don't take care of them games and stuff, don't you listen? I spent too much money on that game. It ain't going over there. But you can take the Jordans.
See, that's the thing. That's the problem. You have to allow them some creative space, because it's like, they may have a tool or a toy that they want to play with, and it's like they may miss that toy, but they want to also have memories with their father with that specific toy. There's something attached to that.
Okay.
So like for me growing up, my stepdad, he got me this Iron Man toy. I saw it in the mall and I wanted it, fell asleep, I woke up, it was there.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I want to create a memory with this toy, I can't be limited. Oh, you can only have it here. Let those experiences go forward and be on the other side.
The child can learn some responsibility, because if the toy break, don't expect me to buy another Iron Man. Iron Man gonna be trash man.
Iron trash.
Right.
Now, while you guys are out there being co-parents, being good, successful co-parents, why don't you guys just meet like once a month to make sure that y'all are on the same page?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you guys have to know exactly what's going on. What the experiences that they have in one parent's life is probably different that they have in the other parent's life. You guys need to come together on the same page and say, hey, this is what's going on with him. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? We have at least a once a month, monthly co-parent meetup.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to see each other. You can just text each other, or you can just call on the phone. Just to get this thing and clear the air and just to get on the same page with everybody. Here, we're talking about Reverb top 10 tips on how to be good co-parenting. We don't want this to happen, but it does happen, and it happens a lot in the church body as well too. Tracy, how many do you have left?
I would say maybe about 2 more.
Give me 2 good ones. Give me 2 good ones.
One is communicate.
It's easy.
Nobody can read your mind. Yeah. Listen, like I said earlier, the courts may have said, okay, you can have them on spring break. I get them on this Christmas. You get them the next Christmas. I get them on Thanksgiving. But you may have something special going on. Maybe grandmama getting old and we really want to see all the grandbabies there. Communicate. Yeah. Say, hey, I know this is what's going on, but can we, share these responsibilities? Can we switch it up? That's one thing. The other thing, I forgot. It was on the tip of my tongue, and when you asked it, I was like, oh yeah, 2 things. Wait, dang it, what was the second one?
I was talking about getting on the same page every month. How about get on the same page when it comes to schoolwork? Kids got to go to school. And so they have to have this discipline. Make sure that y'all on the same page when it comes to the schoolwork. If you want to, it's not cool if one parent wants him to play football and the other parent doesn't want him to play football. Well, I'm not going to take him to practice. I'm not going to do anything because I didn't agree to that. That's going to cause problems for the kid. It's going to cause problems for you, and it's going to cause problems for the whole situation. So just agree on all their schoolwork activities that is going to happen.
I remember it now.
Okay, Tracy.
Please allow. If your ex, the father of your children or the mother of your children, has another significant other, please allow them to discipline the child as well.
The significant other to discipline
Let
your
the
child?
significant
Okay.
other discipline the child, because that child will be in that home while they're married and moved on, but you can't really say anything to the child.
That's always tough.
That's always tough, and that can be a hindrance to they can put a strain on
the
the current
relationship,
relationship. Yes. So allow them. Talk about maybe some parameters around how you want to allow them to, jump in and out. But let me tell you, if God sees fit to pair me up with a man who has children and they may be living in a home, they cannot be in my home and I cannot talk to them or discipline them.
Yeah, that's true.
This is just not gonna work. So allow them to discipline them. Not saying we're gonna kill the kids. Not saying we're gonna be like we can't stand them. They came from your other mama. Whatever. Hopefully you pair up with somebody who has common sense and God.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, man. I don't know if we're gonna have enough time because this was good stuff.
Yeah,
this was great stuff. I don't know if we're gonna have time to do anything else. We'll leave that for another topic. I like doing the jokes at another topic.
Your mama is so big. She jumped and got stuck in space. Does that one good one? No. I don't have any more your mama jokes. I'm so sorry. I love my mama and your mama. All right.
All right, that's it for today's topic on co-parenting.
That's funny though. We talk about co-parenting and we talk about your mama jokes, your mama and your daddy.
I was going to edit all of that stuff out, but that's fine. That's cool.
And okay.
All right, that's it for this episode of the Reverb Live Show. Thank you for listening to our live episodes. Again, if you listen to us on Twitch, you're in there. If you listen to us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, it's a great way to watch our live show, our live streams. And if you miss any one of those, check out our podcast. All you have to do is go to iHeartRadio, iTunes Radio, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Spreaker, SoundCloud, and all those others. Anywhere you can hear anywhere you get podcasting from, do a search for Reverb Live Show. Like, subscribe, and share to all your friends.
And if you have any questions or topic ideas, or you just want to show us some love, or share your mama joke with us, let me stop.
Hey, share it.
Hit us up at info@reverbliveshow.com. We'd love to hear from you.
I'm not going to edit anything now.
I'm
not going to edit it.
You can edit
it's going to
all
be
of
in there.
Okay, fine. Well, your mama, your daddy,
your auntie, and your granny.
Oh.
Mr. Matt, appreciate you being onto the show, man.
Absolutely.
Stick around. Don't go anywhere. Another episode could be on the way, or you can just press play on our next podcast. It's Reverb Live.